What's going on, people? Welcome back to AFTV. Join us for the preview of Arsenal versus West Ham this Saturday at 3 p.m. kickoff. Now, let's start with this. You know, we saw Potter be expelled. Why are you looking down?
just
Why are you looking?
Laurie, are they the worst pair of trousers you've ever seen? What the hell are you doing?
Come on, Lee, man. This is a bit of fashion for you, mate.
It's fashion.
They call it swag.
Yeah,
Young
man.
People call it swagly.
Call that swag. I call it drag. You know what I mean?
Don't do any of that stuff. These are good jeans. It's a nice outfit. Got nice little matching colours and.
Matching colours? What do you mean matching? What's this grey doing here?
I didn't design. I don't. Listen. I didn't speak. I don't know. I don't know about the grey bit, but
No.
you don't see that when I put my legs together. Like this, you're not supposed to. Just focus on what we're here to do.
Well, do you know what? Honestly, I cannot focus with those. It looks like you sure ain't got a moth in there or something like that? I mean, they are the worst. Put it in the comments.
No, because you know they're going to agree.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if they're going to agree. Like,
I
you know
come
what
to
I mean?
look fashionable and stylish for the preview. You should feel,
Swagged
you
out.
know what I mean? I didn't come in no
Well,
joggers
look at
and
that,
cross-branding of Adidas and Nike. Come on, you can't be doing that. That's blasphemy.
All right.
There's some tips for you all. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Anyway,
Right.
let me get back
Right,
to where I
here we go,
was.
yeah.
Potter has been expelled. It was time to go. But now the spirit of the Irons is with Nuno. This Saturday, it's Hammers versus the Gunners, or Gunners versus the Hammers. It's going to be a great show. Let's go. Ready?
I'm
Where's the
spellbound. I'm
punchline?
spellbound. I'm spellbound. by
Where's the
that.
poetry in there? You mad?
Punchline, the punchline. There's supposed to be a punchline, right?
Yeah, it was somewhere in there.
Okay.
Probably
I
these
missed it.
jeans.
Somewhere in there. All right, let's start this. Let's get into the game. Obviously, I'm going to start with managers. Firstly, this will be Mikel Arteta's 300th game in charge.
Wow.
So, congratulations to on pick up on that.
300, really?
Yep, 300 games in charge. 300
Well,
games in
that's-
charge.
Mind you, he's been here a while, hasn't he?
Yeah,
2019, was it?
Yeah,
2019?
2020.
300
No, I
games.
think it's
that's-
2019, November 2019, isn't it?
So that's 300 games. That's
300
that's
games
good.
in charge. And then I'm going to go to Nuno Espirito Santo as well, it being Black History Month. The first black manager at West Ham. No, I'm just me as well. Big him up, the first black manager at West Ham, Nuno Espirito Santo. You know.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Is that right? I can remember Clyde Best playing for West Ham, long before your time.
A manager.
Have you heard of Clyde Best?
You
I
said
have.
long.
You've heard of Clyde Best,
Yeah.
haven't you?
Was he wearing
Striker.
jeans like me?
Well, he probably ain't wearing them now. You know what I mean? Like, you know.
No, I don't
But
know.
yeah, so big up Nuno, man. Yeah, that's
Big up
good.
Nuno, and I want to stay on the managers because obviously he has managed already against Everton. He was in charge in the draw, the 1-1 draw. But do you feel like there'll be a manager bounce? You know, it's still early on in his reign at West Ham. Do you think that we'll see that against Arsenal, Lee? Or I'll be honest, I'm kind of think bollocks to this manager bounce. I think recently we've had new managers and we've just rolled teams over. I think gone are the days of that, or is that wrong?
I wouldn't have swore about it, but like, you know, if I'll be honest. But I'm with you. Like, you know, we had a new manager in Postecoglou come in.
Yeah, yeah,
You know
who else
what I mean?
was gonna
Like,
go there?
Big Ange.
Big Ange.
Big Ange, and it didn't matter.
He's
And
never
it-
beaten us.
And it should be the same now. It doesn't matter who they got in charge. You know what I mean? Like, Arsenal are in a good position at the moment. Like, you know, West Ham are where they are and sacked their manager for a reason. Not because they're not playing well. They're not a good side. You know what I mean? And yes, they will improve under him. I'm pretty sure they will because I think he's a better manager. But you know, this is not about managers. It's about 11 players going out on the field, and we're at home. We got to make our domination of being a better team count. I don't think it matters. I'm not into all this managers bounce and all that. Like, I'm really not. Like, you know what I mean?
And early kickoffs and histories and all
this.
this.
It's an excuse. It's an excuses. There's no excuses no more. Get the job done. I expect Arsenal to get the job done, with or without Nuno. End of.
I like that. Forget the manager bounce. Forget all that BS. Just get the job done. No excuses. It's obviously, as Lee Judge puts it, is plain and simply. For you, Laurie, if we win this game, I'm not getting ahead of myself. Obviously, we would go top of the Premier League for a few hours. Obviously, Chelsea take on Liverpool, which I'm sure all Arsenal fans, if we do end up beating West Ham, will be looking at that game. How are you feeling ahead of this game? Are you confident? Is it a West Ham team that you just think we should be brushing aside? They're sitting 19th at the moment. We're in second. Is it as simple as that? Arsenal come here and they roll them over?
Yeah, you know what I mean. Logic dictates that we should beat West Ham and beat them fairly comfortably. What are they, 19th in the league?
Yeah.
But I do think new manager bounce is a real thing up to a certain point. I mean, they didn't need real manager bounce last year when they beat us at the Emirates. So we do have to respect them. I think they will raise their game, and I definitely think Nuno coming in is an upgrade on Potter. No disrespect, but I think he's a better manager.
Fair.
He'll have them organised. So yeah, I do think real manager bounce is a real thing. But that being said, I do agree with Lee. If we aspiring to be champions, which we are, we should be beating West Ham. That's as simple as that. We've got a much better team, much better squad.
They have beaten us the last 2 times.
Ah, see, that's why you're on these previews. There you go. He knows some stuff. I was gonna literally go to that as well and say the last 2 times obviously they've beaten us, and we actually haven't scored in the last 2 times that they've come here. It's 3-0 in aggregate, if I'm being honest. So that needs to be corrected. And is there? You said there's no excuses. I think I'll be looking at this game thinking this is a game that we kind of brought in Gyökeres for. I think a lot of fans will be saying, you know, we brought him to win big games and whatnot. But these are the games where Arsenal tend to slip up. Is there, like you said, no excuses? There's one where you'll be looking at, you know, your strikers to get the goals in, because this is the ones that the lesser teams is where you need to get the wins, really.
Listen, this is the reason Arsenal aren't winning the league, because we haven't beaten teams like West Ham, Everton's. You know what I mean? Like you can go Aston Villa's, Fulham's, Crystal Palace's at home. You know, because we've missed chances or haven't created enough or haven't done enough. Over the last 2 times we played West Ham, creatively and as also for amount of shots and things like that, we haven't done enough. So that has to be rectified, and that's why these players are coming in. Not just Gyökeres, by the way. That's why Eze's here as well, like, because to break down teams that are going to play low blocks and make it difficult for us. And these are the games that we need. Now listen, we've done that against Leeds, Nottingham Forest. 5-0, 3-0. That's so we're showing that signs that we can do it. But this is a big test for us. It's a big test. Declan Rice has never played well against West Ham at home. The reason being, like, they've got like those 3,000 fans all packed in there. Like,
do you think they got a bit of a hold of it? Do you think they got a bit of a hold of it on Rice still? Because of, you know, obviously he was at West Ham. Do you think it does affect him? Would you start him then? I know we're going to do. There's going to be a video, but you're not going to be in it.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I would start him, like,
okay.
And the reason that, you know what I mean, the reason that Declan doesn't perhaps do as well as he should is because, and it's, the proof is in the pudding. He hasn't played. I think the 2 worst games he's had for Arsenal, definitely at the Emirates, have both been against West Ham. It's because they get at him. So at the end of it, like, you know, that will have hurt. That hurts him. I get that. He's got a lot of fondness for West Ham. Got to get that out of your system and produce a performance. So I think it will be difficult. And listen, because of Declan Rice, West Ham want this game a little bit more than what they have done in the past. Certainly their fans are more up for it. They're more wanting it. And there has been a little bit of rivalry between the 2 sides because of that. Listen, unbelievable when we go away from home, it's not been the case. But for some reason, because I think there is that difference between away fans and home fans, you know what I mean? They're a bit more on it. And you know, and he has to go and do all the corners over there, forget, like, you know, so for, you know, we probably get about 5 corners over there, so he's going to get stick. So, listen, I think that he's got to ride that, and over these last couple of games, they've had us on it. They deserve to beat us on those couple of occasions. I think
he's got to mentally try and get over that as well. I think you're right. I think you're right what you're saying. You're definitely right. And he doesn't play at his best when he plays against West Ham. It does feel like, you know, the fans, you know, do get in his head a little bit. But now he's an established Arsenal player now as well. I think that's time to
he's
get
an
over
Arsenal
that.
man now.
Yeah,
and I think at the end of the day, West Ham have got used to that now. Arsenal got used to it, so I expect him to perform. Listen, he's a wonderful player, like, you know, and I'd love him to give it to their fans, but he won't. You know what I mean? Because he's class.
He did score screamers, to be fair, at their place.
I'd have been doing rolls and slides and everything, like, especially out there giving it up. Like. But he's not that
sort of character. Yeah, exactly. He's a really nice guy. Laurie, for you, I mean, you know, Lee kind of touched on the last performances. I mean, the last one here, Miles Lewis-Skelly, I actually looked back this morning, he got red carded by taking out Kudos near the halfway line. The one before that, it was a 2-0 defeat to Arsenal, and bloody
I can remember they beat us
scored.
a few years back. It was the first game of the season, I remember it. Right. And the reason why I remember it well is because after the game, we were filming just up the road there.
You had a little tear up?
There was a little tear
up. Oh, there was?
Someone tried to rush tie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we were doing some film with Rob. I think it was the first game of the season. West Ham beat us 2-0 or something like that. And we were doing some filming.
What's name played that guy? It was about 10 years. What's his?
It was a while back.
The midfield player, the French guy that.
Oh yes, Payet.
He come to
brilliant player.
He played Dimitri Payet. He played in that game. Oh my God, blew us away.
He's a quality player.
Well, West Ham always have some. Whenever, like, they always have some good players.
Reece Oxford played in that game as well. Like,
oh, Wonder Boy as well. That's a wonder kid.
I mean, they've got Jared Bowen now. I was chatting to West Ham fan before. The guy at the back, looks good. Yeah. Cristancio, what's the guy's name? Cristancio, the winger. West Ham. The guy with the braids. He looks sharp.
Somerville.
Somerville, I'm thinking of.
yeah,
Constancio
Somerville.
He is the one that,
Yeah.
for me, has stood out. I think he's a
Come from Leeds.
yeah, electric
yeah.
pace, and
Yeah.
I think he can be a bit
So
of a
on their
threat.
day, they can be a problem, West Ham. And Nuno will have them organised. You know him. They'll sit fairly deep. They
You
will
didn't
allow us to
mention
have the
Bowen.
ball.
Bowen is probably one of their main threats.
Well, this is what I'm saying. So we can't overlook them completely.
Yeah,
You know what I mean, they will be a threat. And it's a London derby. Dare I say it? You know what I mean? It's that kind of minnows, without being too disrespectful. They come to the Emirates, they want to put one over on us. So, you know what I mean? We've got to be on our game.
It's interesting.
It's not
I
going to
mean,
be easy.
yeah, you're right. Those are kind of the threats I was going to come to you about, threats from West Ham, but you kind of broke them down there.
Sorry about that.
Obviously, Souček is not available. He'll be suspended. It'll be his last suspension he'll be last game for suspension that he'll be serving. Quickly, just go back to the tie, and did you run away from the guy? Did you back
No,
out?
no.
Did you get knocked out?
Ty, let's put it this way.
Did you
Ty
help him
owes
back?
me a beer.
Oh.
Not that I'll ever get it, but trust me.
I just wanted to check because
I had to rescue him from a pretty
Hostile environment.
hostile situation, man.
Oh,
They were-
superhero
you know what I mean?
Laurie, jeez.
Ty owes me a beer, but hey, it's all good.
It's all good. Let me quickly read this stat and just see if you can pick up on who it is. Only one team has ever beaten the Gunners away from home in 3 straight Premier League games or more. Do you know what club that could be? In the past, so since 2018 and 2023.
Well, West Ham have got a great record here. Like, you know
They
what I
have,
mean?
but if they beat us 3 times in a row, they join
They
that
join
club.
another team. Like, well, that's got to be Chelsea or Man City.
Which
I
one?
was going to say Man City.
Man City.
Man City. They did 6 times on the spin
Did
from
they?
2018 to 23.
Stay
so
humble.
You're
There
right,
was one year,
fair.
that might have been the year, there was one year where they beat us, was it 2 or 3 at the Emirates?
Yeah.
And I'll never forget it. Kevin De Bruyne did an interview after, and he actually said that it was the easiest game
Yeah.
he'd ever. Remember that?
Yeah, I
I
do,
thought
yeah.
that was so disrespectful.
So we can't let West Ham join that record. So
I think and I'm sure you guys would agree with me, the Arsenal team then and now is completely different. The
Completely
mentality is different,
Yeah.
the squad is different, the manager's
even
different.
from the fans, when I just spoke to you at the start of this preview, you said, yeah, we should be expecting them to win. There's no excuses, you said, and I feel the same. But even though of past, the history will say they've been a bit of a bogey team for us, especially here. So, but I think there's no excuses.
They are the ultimate Premier League new stadium spoilers. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they've done it to us. I think that was the first team to beat us at the Emirates. Like, you know what I mean?
yeah,
I think
you could be
I think
right.
that they were. I think that
What would
was
that
the,
be?
so the
Let us
first.
know in the comments. If
Yeah,
that's-
I think that's the first team to win at Highbury and the Emirates. Like, you know what
Wow.
I mean? Away from home. So they've done that. They've gone to Spurs and done that over
they have.
there.
It's good
they-
ball knowledge, Lee. Go on, son.
First team to score at Everton. And the first ones to take points off Everton.
Oh my God, of course, in the new stadium.
In the new stadium. So they are.
And they came from a goal down in that, didn't it?
Yeah, and they continue to lose on their own ground, like, you know what I mean? So there's spoilers there as well, like, you know what I mean? But I thought I'd get that in before I
That's a good
post
one.
them too much. But like, yeah, they are the ultimate spoilers.
The ultimate spoilers. Well, let's hope we're not spoiled this weekend. I hope we're spoiled from watching the football from Arsenal, but not spoiled in the result by them beating us. Let me ask you
You
this
got any
question.
more stats? I like that one.
That was a good one.
Yeah, you should come up with another one.
All right, well, yeah, well, we'll come back to that. Let me ask you this question quickly before we get score predictions then, boys. How do we play this game? Does he go for, because traditionally, if you're going long ball, old school football, route one, West Ham would cause you an upset because they'll be better than Arsenal back in the day, historically. But now, we are starting to, divert and play long football, going a bit more direct. West Ham seem to struggle massively with set pieces. I mean, if you go and watch the goals they can see recently, it's all from set pieces. Is it one of those Nicholas Jova specials where we get them on long throw-ins, long crosses into the box, or do you want to see Arsenal come here and just bop them? We got quality. We should just bop them off the pitch. What way do we go?
My simple answer to that question is that you play to your strengths, right? So,
But what is Arsenal's biggest strength? Is it the directness, or is it suffocating teams with possession? What I don't even know what our best strength
No,
is.
no, listen, I think do you know what I would like to see? I don't know if everybody agree. I would love to see Odegaard and Eze playing midfield with Declan Rice
be a
in a
dream.
game like this, but I don't think that they will. But so for me, like, it may be like just one of them in there, but I would like to see that. But listen, carry on playing like we are at the moment. We've had a fantastic result up at Newcastle. We played really, really well there. Back that up after a very, very difficult game. Back that up with a result against Olympiacos. And I'll tell you what, it was quite entertaining. It was a good game, so I want to see that again. I want to be entertained as well with performances. So hopefully You know, go at them. You know, we've got nothing. Like, I'm not being over. They're 19th in the league. You can't be afraid of these teams. We're at home. Show your dominance.
Yeah.
Flex your muscles. Sometimes you have to do that, and also send a message to the other teams that you know what, we are the real deal.
Yeah, I'm with that, man. I'm very much with that. I think, listen, we are the favoured team. We're at home. If we win, like you said, Cecil, for a little brief moment, we could be top of the league. Put some pressure on Liverpool. Yeah. But more importantly, I want to see the team go out there and show what we've got. We've got some fantastic players. I personally believe, and I've said it a few times, so I hope people don't get tired of hearing me say it, but we've got the best squad, I believe, pound for pound in the Premier League. So there's no reason why we shouldn't go out there, like Lee says, flex our muscles, show what we got, and beat them. That's what I want to see.
Now
on the front foot.
Now let me remind you all that this game is on Saturday, a 3 p.m. kickoff, meaning it is a UK blackout if you're here in the UK. And this video is sponsored by NordVPN. Make the connection if you want to.
Saturday, 3 o'clock. What have I got to watch? Gardening shows. Yeah.
Yo, Rob, you watching this game? Bro, Eze's on fire.
How are you watching that? You can't watch 3 o'clock games in the UK.
Bro, what do you mean? I'm watching the full game now, live.
How though? You're not abroad?
No, bro, with NordVPN, my laptop thinks I am, but with one click, boom, I'm on holiday.
Are you serious? I'm here watching someone plant potatoes, and you're watching Eze tearing it up.
No, I ain't having that.
I'm only joking with you. You know we can't do that in the UK. But if I wanted to, it would work perfectly. Bro, whether it's football, soaps, you know me, Love Island when we're away, you know what I mean? All those things, whatever your family's into, NordVPN's got you covered. And with Threat Protection Pro, there's none of that cyber nonsense, no scammers, none of that, just smooth streaming. So hurry up and get involved, bro. Come on, you're missing out.
All right, I'm convinced. I'm signing up right now. Go to NordVPN/AFTV for an exclusive deal.
Yeah, big up to NordVPN every time for sponsoring this preview. Before we get into score predictions, I had to mention that. Score predictions, starting with you, Laurie. Actually, let's start with the guest. He's not actually, you might not be a guest. This could be a regular here, Lee. Give me your score prediction.
Well, thank you very much. 3-0 to the Arsenal.
Oh, that's a very confident score prediction.
What I see at Newcastle, I believe if we play to that standard, we'll win.
You know what? I've got to go slightly. I'm going 2-0. I think I like our defence this season. We've only conceded 3 goals in the.
That's Mikel's attitude. That is.
No, but what I would say is, right, so in the games we pretty much dominated possession in all the games we've played. We've had the majority of the play, the majority of the shots on target. We're still not as clinical as I would like us to be.
That is a good point.
Yeah? And I think the game against Olympiacos showed that. We should have beaten them by more than the 2. We laboured a little bit. We're 1-0 up and then we got the goal right at the end. For me, that should have been a 3, maybe even 4-0 game. So yeah, we still need to be a bit more ruthless up top. Gyökeres needs a goal. I think that's 5 games now without a goal. He needs a goal. But I back our defence and our midfield. 2-0, Arsenal.
Do you know what? He makes a good point. And you know, I've spoken on many previews about Arsenal never put teams to the sword. We go ahead, but we never actually
we
go
put Forest to the sword. Sorry, Leeds.
No, he means Leeds. Yeah, but
and Forest, we was never.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but it was only. Yeah, but we don't really like.
3-0's not putting teams
Nah,
to
it
the
is.
sword.
Okay, fair. I think it's gonna be 2-1 this game. I think we scored 2 goals in our last 3 games. I think it seems like it's gonna be another one of those games. So for me, 2-1. Especially there'll be players maybe eyeing up the international break after. We might get ahead and then maybe pull off the pedal a little bit. So 2-1, I think I'm going to go with. You've gone 3-0, I've gone 2-1, you've gone 2-0. That is it for the preview. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Like the video on your way out. And again, a big thank you to NordVPN for sponsoring this video.